Hello, yes, this is your girl, Queen of Commentary, and we are back with another video. Yes, this topic today is going to be why you should not tie your tubes, all right? But before we get into it, you know what to do. Thumbs up the video, subscribe if you have not already, cut your notifications on so you'll know when we post a video, and also leave us a comment. And I'd like to thank everyone who has been supporting the videos, liking, commenting. Also, welcome to all of the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the content. All right, so let's get into the topic. So in my videos, I'm always going to come from a spiritual and a physical aspect, okay? Just to let you guys know. So, you know, the situation that you may be in now may not be the situation you will be in the future. So making such a drastic decision, you know, whether you're a single mom or you feel like, oh, I don't need any more children or whatever, you don't know what God has for you down the line, and this decision will be permanent. You know, you may meet your husband, you know, down the line, and they may want a baby, and then you're going to feel some type of way when you're not able to build a family with your husband in that type of way. Now, we know there are other ways that you can do so, you know, but you don't want to make such a drastic decision, okay? And basically, that is sterilizing yourself. It's saying you don't want to reproduce anymore. I mean, it's just that simple. And your tubes and everything is not just for getting pregnant. And, you know, we're going to go through some other things that the reproductive system is for. And when you start to just arbitrarily remove things, cut things, snip things, burn things, that is ruining the process of aging. Okay. Another reason why you should not tie your tubes, it's because it does not stop your menstrual cycles. I don't think everyone knows this, because first and foremost, you're getting the tubal ligation or the tying of the tubes or whatever because 9 times out of 10 you do not want any more children. And so a lot of women, we do not know our bodies. We don't know about ovulation. We don't know about the signs of ovulation. We don't know the process of ovulation. All we think is that if you have intimacy, boom, you're going to get pregnant. And that is not true. You're technically, you're not able to get pregnant, but only 5 days, basically 5 days out of a month is when you could be fertile. 5 days. And so the rest of the time, you can actually have intimacy, and 9 times out of 10, it would not happen because the egg only lasts for 24 hours. And, you know, the male situation can last up to 5 days, you know. And so if you track your ovulation, if you get apps, you know, and it's a lot of apps out here, the Flow app and other apps, you can help track your situation. And if you are a regular menstruating woman, you should know basically your cycle, how many days and things like that. And so that's what you should do, not just arbitrarily take away that faculty, which is very important, okay? And so a lot of women have said that they actually have heavier cycles, okay? So it doesn't take away your cycle, it just takes away maybe the egg from being able to go down the fallopian tubes and be fertilized. It just kind of blocks that situation off. But it doesn't take away your ability to menstruate, okay? Which is something a lot of people may not know. So I hope this video is helping. I'm going to go through some of the form that I actually put on one of our I'm sorry, you guys. I'm actually trying to do that now. I'm going to tell you guys to hold on 1 second. Thank you so much for holding. Yes. All right. So back when they used to just tie the tubes, guys, you know, the thing about it is God made us to reproduce. He made us to reproduce by any means necessary. So back in the day, and it could be still happening today, the tubes actually found a way to unravel and you get pregnant. Remember, you still ovulate. You are still ovulating. And see, everything is like, it's like a computer. The computer was actually modeled after the human body, in my opinion, okay? And so even though that egg is not reaching down or going down the tube, your body is still communicating and trying to communicate. Okay, we know we're ovulating. We know we've released an egg. Where is it? And so it'll overproduce estrogen. Yes, your estrogen levels will go up. Estrogen in high levels are dangerous. Estrogen in high levels causes disorders and diseases. And so that's why a lot of women start to have heavier cycles. In fact, a few people in the comments where we place this subject actually said that they started having heavier cycles. Heavier cycles leads to conditions like, what is it called, guys? Anemia, right? You become anemic, okay? And anemic is not just about being cold. The reason why you're cold is the lack of circulation, and blood basically circulates oxygen throughout the body. So if your body is not circulating oxygen, then things in your body is going to start to not work correctly. Anything you starve off is going to start to not work correctly. All right. And so with that being said, different diseases can live in environments without oxygen. And so that's dangerous. And so I hope that this information is helping you make more of an educated decision when you want to say, hey, I just don't want no more children. Well, stop being lazy and do more research. And I'm not telling you to take birth control. I'm not a birth control advocate. I'm not any advocate for any of those things, because all of those things are meant to kind of ruin the body, in my opinion. I'm not a doctor. I am a holistic practitioner, which says that I come from a holistic standpoint, and that's including a spiritual standpoint, okay? And the Lord did not make our bodies to not be fruitful and multiply, if you will, okay? And so another thing, when you just tie your tubes, you're going from being a viable, fertile woman who is able to have a baby, and then you're taking that off. Boom. It's just like if you go over to your television right now and you just yank the power from it, you yank the cord from the wall, the TV is no longer going to work anymore. Okay. But of course you can plug it back in, and 9 times out of 10, the TV will come back on. Well, when you fully remove your system, or when you tie off and do all of that, it's permanent. You're not going to be able to untie or, plug that back in to work. It's just not going to work. Okay. And see, the body is very smart. So just because you're trying to do something, man comes in and tries to change what was originally made. Your body was made to reproduce. And so it does what it needs to do so. Just, like back in the day, women would get their tubes tied, and the tubes would come unraveled and they would still get pregnant. Because your body is like, hey, this is not supposed to be this way. So that's why they make more drastic decisions, which I think is just so diabolical, to just say, we're just going to snip it, burn it, take it out. For what? Educate yourselves on how to, if you don't want kids or more children, educate yourself on how not to get pregnant again. Learn your body. A lot of us, we're walking around with this system and we don't know how it works. There are signs that the body gives that you are about to ovulate. And if you are a regular menstruating woman, meaning your periods come on pretty normal, you know when they're about to come on, and you know when you're ovulating, because your body will give signs. You get what I'm saying? It's about 5 days out of a 30-day month that you can get pregnant. Of course, there are some other things in there, and at the end of the day, it's about what God wants. But yeah, and guys, I always come from a spiritual standpoint on these videos. Spiritual, and then we do physical, because without the spiritual, you're nothing, okay? But yeah, 5 days. Learn your body so you do not have to do such drastic things. Do not make a decision while you're on the table, having a baby, and then they say, hey, or if you're, having a cesarean, hey, we're up in here. You want us to go ahead and do X, Y, and Z? No, do not make that decision. Do not make the decision while you're having a baby. Those times are when you're emotional. You're very emotional and everything is all over the place. Why? Because you're just giving birth, When you cut off those faculties right away, they'll say, oh, you might just go through some menopause situations. No, that's going to be very drastic on you. You may have to take medication for the rest of your life. You may even have to start taking, mental meds as well, because it's going to affect your emotional situation. You're going to become more difficult. You're going to become more, like hysterical. Yeah, learn about the English words, learn about things like that, because it kind of tells you what's going to happen. So basically a hyster means what? To go off, Luna, like the moon, a lunatic. Yes. Okay. So that's why they call that, hyster, what? Because yes, after you've had one, you're going to go through some things. If you weren't already going through some things before it happened, which probably promoted you to go ahead and make a huge decision of that matter. A lot of people in the comments are saying they had this situation where they had their tubes tied in their 20s and 30s. Like, how do you know at that age, anything about your body? You have to research. It's not just about getting pregnant. It's not just about having children. Even after menopause, which takes a long time. If you start menstruating at 14, you're talking about you're not going to start going through menopausal until in your 40s. So you're talking about 30 plus years that your body is preparing for menopause. When you take drastic decisions or make drastic decisions and just cut that faculty off in 3.5 seconds, you're going to have a huge situation going on there. Talk to some other people who have had their tubes tied that will be real with you. Okay. Social media sometimes is a little bit, skewed a little bit. So I don't believe everyone. There's a few people who said, oh, I've had it and no problems and best decision. I don't know if those are real comments. I have a feeling that they may not be, because when we're trying to push something that's positive, there's always something on a social media platform that can kind of steer you in the other direction. And I know about that, and I'm letting you guys know that too. But I'm talking about someone in your real life that can tell you the real situation that happened when they went on and they tied their tubes. Okay. But the mission of this video is to help those who are in that situation that want to go ahead and tie their tubes. And I'm telling you to stop. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. Do your research. See what the pros and the cons are. I'm going to be real about it. And then make your decision. That's what it's for. And those who've had their tubes tied already, I'm talking to you as well. Okay? Because I don't want you to think that this video is not for you. Because I talk to more people who have already done it than those who have not done it, as far as, having problems down there. So if you have had your tubes tied and you're going to be real with yourself and say, you know what, yeah, things did go a little bit left. I started having this, that, and the other. Then you have to go into a situation where you go into your daily diet or your eating regimen and see how you can get those estrogen levels down and get that you more balanced, if you will. There are things you can do. There are herbal teas out here. There are things that you would have to do physically and things like that. And of course, you guys can always get in touch with me. And all of my information is actually in the description. And also check the comments because I'll have my information there as well. Okay. Another thing, guys, and I thank you for everyone who has been purchasing the PH book. This goes along with PH as well, because when you make these decisions, okay, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have PH problems. Okay, and so to those who have not or have had the procedure, you would benefit from getting the pH book. Okay, because it talks about how to keep that situation, and it's not just about that situation. pH is from the head to the toe. Okay, it talks about what you should eat, what you shouldn't eat, what things that you can do to make your pH better. It's not a medical book, it is just a suggestion book written by Olivia Brooks, and it's an awesome little tool to have. It also updates as well, so new information will be available. You'll also get escorted into our private group that we have on Discord as well. Just by being in this video, you'll get escorted into that. So if you're interested, say I'm interested in getting into the group, and you will get your invite. Okay, but yes, you know, our systems are very, very fragile, very sensitive. Okay, and me myself, you know, I have healed myself of a lot of conditions just basically by changing my mindset, taking my time, not making drastic decisions, and educating myself. That's basically what it is. Because if you're not educated, you're going to just basically believe anything. You're going to believe anything. Of course, you know, someone's going to tell you, hey, it's time. Oh, this, that, and the other. You're losing too much. You need to do this. And when you're not educated, when you're not based in God, when you don't know the word, you will make those drastic decisions. It says in Proverbs, even when you get certain news that's not positive, to don't let it affect you so quickly. You know, and it doesn't matter what it is. And that's just basically to not even make your doctors your God. Don't make your body your God either. You know, sometimes our bodies will betray us. I heard that a long time ago, but I didn't understand it. But now that I'm older, I understand. Yes, sometimes your body will betray you, and you will think, I'm doing everything that I can do. Why is it X, Y, and Z? And sometimes, 9 times out of 10, you're not doing everything. Sometimes you are trying to fit a square peg in a circle hole. You need to find that circle peg to fit in that circle hole. And that's what holistic is, to get to the base root cause. Okay? You may have anxiety problems. You may be eating the wrong food. Your blood pressure may be high. That might be why you are like panicking that you don't want any more children. Honey, if you don't want any more children, you know, or that's usually when people want to tie their tubes because they don't want any more children. You have to learn about your body. Slow down. We perish for a lack of knowledge. You don't have to do things like that. You know what I mean? Because it's going to cause more problems. You know, and so that's why I made this video. I thought that it would be awesome to do, to help those, because I tell you, I come across so many people on the social media that have had problems, and they come to me after the fact. You know, and so this channel is to try to help people before they make those decisions that cannot be reversed. A lot of them cannot be reversed. Once you've done it, it is done. And a lot of us in the brown community, you know, we're taking advantage of because we don't read, we don't slow down, our food is causing us to be so drastic. You know, and I'm trying to speak in terms in which, you know, only certain people can understand. I'm trying to be respectful and not to whatever, you know. But yeah, I mean, they use that to their advantage, if you will. And we don't want that. All right. If you want more information or support, please contact me. All the information will be in the description or in the comments. All right. Thanks so much for listening. And if you want me to talk about a certain topic, let me know in the comments. You know, it has to be wellness or whatever. It could be anything that concerns you, and you can just leave that in the comment section, and I more than likely will pick up that topic and talk about it. All right. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you next time.